Witty podcast. Light crew today, but of course the ship never stops sailing in the water.
Must go on.
Yeah, no. Shout out to everyone.
We miss y'all.
Of course. So bye and see this later, and of course whenever you see this when it does air, hey, hope everything goes well for those people taking care of some other things, and yeah, shout out to JD, Dorinda. Good luck to the princess of hers. She got some stuff going on, and congratulations up front. Over the things, get everything you're looking for in particular competition. Ms. Holmes, we had a conversation. Salute,
We miss y'all.
Yeah, everybody. Calandra, shout out to her. Who else am missing?
JD.
Of course, JD.
Oh.
Yeah, that's your brother.
It's around.
Yeah, that's your brother. Because according to y'all from the previous podcast, y'all won't fuck with me if y'all didn't. If we wasn't doing the podcast, y'all would walk right past.
But I made my justification. We never ran in the same circles. So that's why I said I wouldn't fuck with you, not because of who you are. Just I would have never run into you anywhere else.
Well, but we did get more clarification. Had you seen me in that said circle or whatever, you probably would just keep going too. Like
but in my defense, I don't really say stuff to people unless they say something to me.
So now you're not a people person?
I am a people person, but I don't know. I talk to anybody, so I probably would have talked to you, but that's just me. I don't meet strangers.
Gotcha.
But we're not even. I digress. We're not gonna do that.
I'm just being petty.
You're my homie.
There we go. My podcast.
Rolling
sister.
with the homie.
Yes. Hey, how are you overall? Just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am doing wonderful. It is so wonderful when things reveal themselves in an early time. It's wonderful. I'm glad for revealing and things showing their true colors.
Yeah, because clarity is a very beautiful thing.
Clarity is a wonderful thing. I feel like this is for me. Clarity is so great.
Yeah, but you need that though, especially at this, and not respectfully, at our advanced stage in life. We have less time to waste.
So clarity is
it's very important. It's paramount because anything you pour yourself into or be a part of, associate yourself with, it's supposed to be a value.
Yes.
If it's not a value, you gotta.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Empty calories.
Right.
What are we really doing?
Because every moment, every
precious.
Minute, every second is precious. Because technically we have gotten to half of our life expectancy.
No, for real. Because the generation that's ahead of us, that stuff start happening. And then once they're done,
because now 50 is not half of your life expectancy. Sometimes 40.
Especially being black.
Right.
I mean, average age is 60-something years old.
Right. So if technically if people pass away in their 60s and 70s, I am very proud of my age, and I'm 42 in August. If I don't take care of myself, I got another maybe 20, 25 years to live my life. And in the perspective of where I am, 25 years is not a long time.
It's going to
go like that.
Because real quick, and we'll get to the topic. I'm here with my sister, so we're going to be here not too long, but we're going to be here for a minute. The time has passed. Even myself being 40, I do think back damn, I've been out of high school 20-something years.
Yeah.
However, that felt it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
I still have vivid memories of even my elementary years.
Yeah.
And how much fun I had. Because childhood was good. I had a good childhood.
Right.
There was things that took place, but for the most part, I had a great, entertaining, fun elementary years. Junior high was junior high, but I enjoyed it for the most part.
Right.
Because you're just meeting different people. You start to go through puberty and all that bullshit. Seeing girls in a different light. Start getting interested in, of course, girls. And you start having girlfriends, or you just start learning things, even yourself, as your body, whatever. High school, to me, was fun as fuck.
Right.
I was never that person that was bullied. That does happen. I seen it happen. I didn't participate myself, but because no one really, even because I wasn't always this size.
Right.
I was 135, 140 in high school. I was skinny as fuck. However, I was respected, and also I was so cool with everyone. I could fit in with back then it was called the jocks.
Yeah.
You had the plastics with the girls who just high on themselves. They wore what they wore. They thought they were better than everyone, but I was cool. And if I want to mingle with them, I could.
Yeah.
The people, the geeks, I was cool with the geeks. Right. I was in band myself, so I just got in great shape with everybody.
Right.
So I had a good time. But to think about those times, it was just yesterday.
And not even that. It's just the fact my last son is going to high school, and
yeah.
I realized when my first son went to high school, these 4 years are going to fly by. So if technically, you know, I, in my mind, envision that I would live to close to 100, but we don't know. So knowing that now that he's finna go to high school, these 4 years is finna fly by because I've only been in Arkansas 6 years, and in these 6 years, my daughter has graduated from high school, and it seems like it was a blur. So knowing that the next 4 years is gonna fly by, that's 4 more years out of my life. Which is I'll be 48.
But you be there.
I'll be 48.
I'm gonna round it up.
Okay, round it up, whatever. I'm glad to be 50.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people fight from age. I don't fight age because I realize as I get older, I am learning more, and I'm learning to not take so much stuff to heart. Okay. Because what I'm learning is when people feel some type of way, and if that is not who I am, I don't get offended. Gotcha. I'm not going to get offended. I'm not going to try to get you to change your perspective of how you see me, because that's the one thing, when a person sees you a certain type of way, no matter what you have given them, one thing can make them portray you, see you somebody else. And if I'm not that type of person, I'm not going to try to defend myself. In the words of Madea, it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. Okay. So it's like, in my time, I realized if I've stood in my truth, yes, and I am being honest, and you still tell me I'm a liar, and I'll be that liar to you. I'm not going to waste my energy trying to defend myself, and there's nothing to defend, because what am I defending? I can't sit here and say you're right when I haven't done anything. Do I understand where it's coming from? Yes. Can I, empathize? Yes. But for you to tell me that I have to say what you want me to say just to make you feel better, and that's not the truth, it lets me know it has more to do with you and not me.
A lot of protection for you.
Maybe what I did triggered something in your past. Yeah. But that still has nothing to do with me, because I didn't know you in your past, and unfortunately, whatever situation triggered, but you will not get me to be something I'm not. Yeah. If I don't, everybody that knows me, I'm not a liar. A lot of bill collectors. And I'm very transparent with who I am. Like, I'm not ashamed of anything. You
definitely, just for my little, sorry to cut you off, this is a very little time period compared to the time that I've known you. You definitely, you're outward as far as your, not necessarily your emotion, but your character. Yeah. And it's well received by, of course, the people that we've been on the panel with. You're easygoing. I don't really see too much reason that me and you would ever be in conflict. Like, with me, is what you see is what you get. I am this person no matter what situation I am. Now, granted, I am me, where I can be professional, but the core value of me is who I am. I do not switch it up. I might switch it up where I don't curse. Yeah. And I might switch it up where I'm not playing when I'm being receptive, but who I am, my core value of that person, that what you see, this is me in every respect. Has this been you, like, since you've known yourself to who you are? No, I had to get to this point where I was comfortable with myself, and unfortunately, through losing my mom 6 years ago, this is how I got here, where I realized life was too short, because my mom was only 53 when she passed away, and it was like a light went off. 53 was not old. 53, not old. That's not old at all. And that's when I realized that I have to stand in my truth, and I have to be myself. And most time, everybody is receiving of me, but I also understand that some people who are not comfortable with standing in their truth and being themselves will see me as an issue, because I'm comfortable with who I am at whatever aspect it is. And that definitely comes off as when someone, so you're comfortable because you know who you are. I know who I am. When this person over here does not know, they're like, it makes them uneasy because they're not confident in who they are.
Exactly.
And they do project on you or just in this particular example, anyone.
Exactly. And then I get what people doing, but being the fact I'm comfortable with myself, I hear people talk about the fact of how I dress or wearing bright lipstick or just having a big personality. I can't help it, that's me. And that's who allows me to be who I am. And because I am genuine, and it's hard to find genuine people, I understand that people see me as a threat because they think I have ulterior motive. Mm-hmm. I don't have to have an ulterior motive. Either you're going to like me and you're going to understand that I am a genuine person, I have no ulterior motive, and who I am is who I am. Either I like you or I don't. There's no in between. We can be cool, mm-hmm. and we can be cordial. I'm not even cordial because I don't be cordial to people I like. If I don't like you, I don't talk to you. Yeah. But I'm never a person that if I don't like you, I will never be mean to you. Yeah. I will never talk about you. I will never do anything to hurt you because I know I don't have to like you, yeah. but I don't have to be mean to you.
Now, facts and good food for thought, ladies and gents at home, if you're watching this, especially like I said, I keep really promoting and pushing this because, man, life goes like that. Yes. You got to really just attempt to pour into the right things, bring things of value to your life, and like not waste too much time. Cause like I do for JDs
and that's what I do. Like,
do not waste time.
Honestly, it's like when I've given, and that's why no matter what type of relationship was, it's emotional, mm-hmm. relation, friendship, I be the person that a person needs. Mm-hmm. So if you don't receive what I'm giving, yes. I don't get offended.
Gotcha.
I realize that you're not in that point in your life where you are ready to receive a person like me.
Gotcha.
And I move away from you and go on and find people that are ready to receive people like me to help them grow. Because I feel like I'm a person that help people grow and help people get comfortable in their skin.
And I think that's a good thing. So, and not just you, but I think it's a very important part of the societal thing and also community to have people like yourself because I say all the time, we're not meant to be alone for whatever that could be right. Relationships as far as
people need people.
You need, because you need the community.
Yeah.
And so you're a very important part of that community because it does help those who need whatever that need is, and hopefully they can flourish themselves. So thank you very much for being yourself. I mean, yeah. You've been a positive to this particular network, and like I said, every time you're around, energy is always good. There's no negativity. We jab each other.
Because even when I'm bad, I've always looked at the good in every situation.
Well, you said just being here helps you out too.
It does, because it's like it allows me to know that even though I know I have a voice and I've always had a voice, mm-hmm. it shows me that people actually listen to me. Like what I say is value. And I've learned that even in my business because a lot of my clients are older than me and a lot of times they listen to me and they take my advice. And it's like, I feel like this is who I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a person who is transparent.
Yes. Because
transparency is a hard thing for people to do because they are worried about people judging them. I don't worry about people judging.
Okay.
I don't. I like, again, like, it is certain people that I kind of timid of, like, because I don't want, like with my kids, but for the most part, I still stand in my truth. Yeah. And as long as I stand in my truth, a lot of times, even when I'm judged, I don't care.
Gotcha.
Because I'll never do anything to hurt anybody. And what I do that makes me happy has never caused anybody hurt or anything. Like, I feel like that's what a lot of things the world is missing. People who are just being themselves. And when you have people that be themselves, you have people who have so much to say, that means you're kind of upset or feel some type of way because that person is okay with being themselves. Yep. And you want to be that. And instead of just being yourself, you would rather tear down the person who has built up the self-confidence to be confident in themselves.
Yep.
So that's just my little tidbit.
There we go.
So I'm going to be me regardless, you know.
We have caught up with Moso. And that's another course in Mo University.
Mo University. We always have a little Mo University. And I feel like because I am like, and we joke about age, but honestly I am the oldest person up here. But I know I don't act like an old person, but I have a lot of wisdom. Like
right.
I'm not
with experience and
right.
time.
I'm not closed-minded like most people, where I don't feel like I can never learn anything. I don't ever want to stop learning. I don't ever want to stop evolving. But the one thing that I do, every situation I am in, I take that and I apply it to my life, and I grow, and I run up on people that run into situations that, hey, I've been through something like that. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Let me learn you. Let me learn you something.
There you go.
So it's like, because of the fact that I don't think I'm perfect, or I don't think because I'm older than you, I know everything. No, I'm older than you and I've been through stuff, but you can know more than I do.
Yeah.
But I might have been through a situation that you're going through, and because I am so transparent and I talk about things, it makes people feel like, it's okay if I'm not going crazy.
There you go.
So yeah.
Speaking of age,
Yeah.
Age
ain't nothing but a number. That's life.
Oh man, that's
right song, wasn't it?
Oh my
right
goodness.
Song for the situation.
Oh my goodness.
Right song for the topic of podcast problem.
Yeah, look at you, knowing the verticals. So,
Right.
player. But yes, age cannot be nothing but a number, sure. But in relation to this topic, age gap dating. I want to discuss it. So, one thing that went viral, I don't know how old the actual situation is. I looked at it, it seemed to be recent for this particular story. Once again, for the behind the scenes, kind of talked about this before when we went live, but for you at home, we have a bishop. His name is Dwight Reed in Iowa.
Okay.
He's 63 years old. He recently married his bride. His bride happened to be 18 years old. So that's a pretty significant age gap there.
Very significant age gap.
So we'll touch on this, then we'll speak at large further in the next segment.
Okay.
Let's say Mo is in the church.
Okay.
Sitting in the congregation, ready to receive the nurturing word, and you've been going here regularly, right? So I'm assuming you will see these things develop.
Yes.
If you're sitting down and you're aware of this particular circumstance, how does Mo proceed
So,
as a member of the congregation?
how Mo perceives this as that this man has watched this girl grow up.
Okay.
And that's where the disconnect comes from me. And I think that's where the lines blurs, because, again, for one thing, there should be a certain age gap that is inappropriate, regardless of whether it's the woman's older or the man's older.
Okay.
It should be an age
So you
gap.
don't even discriminate.
There's no discrimination.
Universal. Gotcha.
Universal.
That's gonna be my topic in the next
universal.
segment.
I mean,
Yeah,
because women can be pervs too.
Yeah.
It's just more prominent for men to be pervs because of the fact when a woman is actually grooming a younger boy, he thinks it as a flex.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of times it's looked over.
Gotcha.
So I can use the example of, I've been helping raise kids since I was 10. And I've watched kids grow up, and I've had some young men when I was still living in Louisiana, because they got a certain age, they tried to approach me, and I told them, baby, I knew you when you were stinky. And you didn't even like breath and
When you were stinky.
So there's no way, I don't care because you're grown, there's no way I even see you that way. So I feel like if this young lady was a member of his church.
Or whatever. It's just the fact that.
Well, because we're talking about the church.
Yeah, so she may have been a member.
So if she's a member of his church, in my mind, you watched her grow up.
Yeah.
And I can say from experience, because just like I had some younger men approach me, I've had somebody that watched me grow up, and I think I spoke on this on the podcast, that if you watch me grow up, at what point I should never be sexy to you.
Yeah.
You can tell me I'm beautiful, you can tell me I grew up to be a wonderful woman, but it should never be the point where you should want to see me sexually because you knew me when I was like this.
Yeah.
And I think that's weird.
Especially like you knew my parents.
Yeah.
Shit like that,
I think that's weird. And being that he's the pastor, and I'm pretty sure she had to be somebody in his church, I feel like he waited until she got 18. And then not only that age gap is too big. What does a 60, how you say it was?
Currently 63.
What does a 63-year-old has?
I'm good at math, but I like to do
having please know the age, because you know if I say it, they'll get on me.
They get on me too.
What does a 63-year-old and an 18-year-old have?
45
years. That means he was alive before I was alive.
Yeah. I mean.
So what do you got? You guys are in 3-4 generation gap. Y'all have nothing in common. I feel like when a person goes after somebody that young, that's when grooming is a thing.
Definitely.
Because y'all have nothing in common. You have this person, this girl is full of life and full of energy. You are towards the end of your life, and you've probably not taken good care of your life to be in a good quality of life. And again, what is attractive about an 18-year-old? I don't care what her body looks like. You can, again, she's grown.
Yeah.
You can lust after her flesh, but you should never want that to be your wife.
Because my next question, so, okay, you understand, you came to the conclusion this is wrong.
Yes.
Now, you remember this congregation now. You've been there for a while. Let's say your family went to this church growing up. Is Mo going to service the next following Sunday?
No, I'm leaving.
Are you going to like disassociate?
I'm going to move my membership to another church. And actually, I'm probably going to be like, I don't need to go to no more churches because of the simple fact, pastors like him make it hard for people to want to stay in the churches.
Yeah.
Because it's, again, the pastors, they harp so much on what the Bible, but you find out that a lot of times these pastors do exactly what they preach so hard on not doing.
Yeah.
Again, nothing against the LGBTQ community. You have a lot of pastors that's undercover.
Yeah.
You have a lot of pastors that sleep with different church members.
Not facts.
And the fact of the matter is, we know pastors are not perfect people. But you are supposed to be the person who are leading by example. And if I am up under your tutelages and you are not leading me the right way, how can I follow you?
No, and I totally, I'm in agreement.
I will not follow you.
I'm in agreement because I would be, so I was playing the clip earlier and I was fair use, so don't fucking copyright us because you're supposed to say fair use. I didn't show any visual, but anyway. There were people in the congregation, still, they were in support of what he was leading. He led up to it, then he started defending his actions, and then of course he spoke further after the fact about something else kind of tied to it. But they, no one was walking out, and it showed them people like it was all in agreement, like supporting them.
But see, that's that thing of the blind
Leading the blind, yeah.
Because again, I understand that people go to church to get guidance, but you can always sit down and read the Bible and ask the Holy Ghost to give you understanding. Like, we really don't need to go to church to get understanding of the Word.
I agree.
We do not have to do that. So a lot of times people go to church as a habit. Because when you go in church, you're supposed to come out a different person.
You're supposed
but
to.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's another reason why people are having so much issue with religion, because religion is so whitewashed and emotional washed and people washed. It's not about what it's supposed to do. Like, a church is all about that pastor is trying to just see how rich he can get, because I never understood as a pastor, I know that's your job, but you only work as a pastor on Wednesdays and Sundays. Why don't you have a job outside there?
Correct. And so I want to go further with those, because I have so much to add to that part of the conversation. I'm going to have, and if we're going to have someone, have you ever met Miss Kim Listen?
Tell that lady that came that day.
Yeah, so
I couldn't make it that day, but I actually watched her podcast.
So I'm gonna have her back on it. I'm gonna have someone else of the cloth or some form of fashion of just of the. I would like to get a reverend or pastor up
and
here.
I love having conversations with people
Yeah.
that are in the church, and I don't get offended, because at one point in time, I did religion for the right reason. Like, I went to church, I prayed, I read my Bible, I asked for understanding. I was on the praise and worship team. I was in the choir. I was teaching Bible study. And I'm not a perfect person, but I did it as perfect as humanly possible as me, because I am not without fault. Like, I have my own fault. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand. They think that a person is not perfect and the pastor should not be perfect, but the fact that you're marrying an 18-year-old.
Yeah, it's a little suspect. It's not even suspect no more.
It's like now it's like because it's the fact that churches have so much backlash with pedophilia and molestation.
Yeah.
Now it makes you look like what else can happen.
Oh,
because she's 18. I can even understand if she was 25, even though it's still like but 25, she's been what, an adult, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years. I can maybe now you see her, but the fact that the minute she turned 18, which means
put a ring on the finger.
That means something has been going on before 18.
Because you don't meet someone day one of their 18th birthday and say, hey,
it's not an arranged marriage. Yeah. We don't live in a country where arranged marriage takes place.
Yeah. So we're gonna reset. So people at home, if you're aware of the story, it's out there. So once again, name of the actual Bishop Dwight Reed. You can't miss it. It's out there. Go watch the actual video of him kind of just defending himself as far as the criticism in his church on that day.
Now that you said defending himself, remember I just said that you haven't done anything wrong. Why do you feel the need to defend yourself?
Well, I guess in this particular matter, he had to address the matter because there were other congregation things going on and things being said. He came out and just said, actually, I need to see the video online or whatever, but what are your thoughts on this particular matter? And we're going to
put it in the comments.
Please. And if you're in a relationship too, and we get to this in the second segment, if there's a huge gap between, if you're the man and you're deep in your 40s or 50s and you have a young lady that you're married to in their 20s or in their early 30s, speak to it. Is the reverse going on? If you're a woman who are in, 40, and you have a 20-some-year-old young man that's in your life. Talk about it. Let's have a discussion. Please be respectful. Obviously, we'll be adults about it. And we just want to have this discussion. Is it appropriate? Especially this particular thing. Is it disturbing? If you were a member of that church, would you do what she says? Just disassociate yourself and remove yourself from the congregation as a whole? We'll be right back. See you on the side of this thing.
After these messages.
We are back. Subscribe to the channel. Always thank you for the support. So I looked at the numbers real quick, just to some light stuff. We're over 263,400 views.
We are growing.
We are definitely growing.
So
granted, some people say that's not a fucking lot.
It is a lot.
So real quick, this is my analogy to this overall YouTube algorithm space. I say there's 10 levels, right? Level 1 is a YouTube channel that just got started, right? Really very little subscribers. They may have 1 or 2 videos, but they're not consistent.
Right.
But they're still on YouTube, they're level 1. Level 10, just try to give you the parameters, it's like a Joe Rogan. Or even Club Shay Shay now.
Yeah.
When they drop, and within 24 hours, they have at least 1 million views. I mean, it's consistent, especially like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Even the Joe Budden podcast, that's level 10, where there's so much content, and every time they drop, the numbers go up.
Right.
Even to the point where they even have Patreon levels. So we're like, that'd be awesome to get there one day where, if you're not familiar with Patreon, that's where basically a channel has hidden, not really hidden content, but it's privileged content for those members who subscribe and will pay an actual fee, a monthly subscription to get access to exclusive content. And so they have this particular platform where they have different verticals and people are actually paying to get early access to things. So that's level 10. Level 7 is like a channel, let's say a channel has, let's say 700,000 subscribers. It's not necessarily 1 million, but they still have a good chunk of subscribers, right? And their average clips or videos gain about 30K, maybe 80K per video drop. That's like a 7 or a 6. Where we're at currently, I would put us like 3, 4.
So I have a question. Not really a question, I have to say. Go back to sending me the clips so I can save them to my phone and upload them, because I've learned now when I share them, I always get flagged from TikTok, so that's why I only repost them.
Okay, and
So
I missed my bad for just dropping the ball in that.
That's fine. Just go back to because I got a whole little segment for that, and it's like every time I share them, I always get flagged. It says something about the creator fund and you can't do that. So go back, and I don't even really, because I'm like, okay, whatever. So just go back to sharing them to me so I can actually add them to my page.
Because today, I'll be doing some reels for the clips that's dropping here shortly. I got you.
So even go back in the past and send them to me.
I will.
So I can go back and redo them.
I literally did some spring cleaning on my phone, because I like to keep. It's once you get so much stuff, you gotta keep. I hate that.
Yeah.
Spending forever time for something.
Yeah.
But I got you.
Yeah.
So we're level 3 or 4, where we're over 1,000 subscribers. So we've got that particular benchmark that we got, which is one step closer to getting monetization.
Okay.
Averaging about every 48 hours, or we'll say a week, we average about maybe 2,000 to 4,000 views on average.
And that's good for a regular podcast.
No, because
with no famous people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's good.
No, that's good. So we're growing in the right direction. We're very healthy to where we currently stand. And like I said, especially when we start doing our Witty Uncut, once again, be on the lookout for that. We'll be going live somewhere in the state of Arkansas where we'll be crashing your business, highlighting your business, the inner workings, and like I said, if there's a food restaurant, we're gonna have your food, we're gonna review it. We'll give you some good reviews.
And next Saturday, I don't have a 1 appointment, so yes, I'll be available.
Yeah, so I'll put that in the text thread, because I would love to have, the more the better. I'm just gonna be recording my phone. Of course, I'll pop in and say some shit, but I want y'all to kind of just engage with the establishment. If there's food, we'll get some on the menu. I'll let y'all take your time, give a full review to whatever capacity that may be, and just engage with the business. So the first place we're gonna go is a boutique. Y'all can try on clothes and just.
And I think that's the thing about when you're doing like social media.
Yeah.
I think like the oversaturation of especially like with TikTok, I think when you oversaturate and you become more on feeds and people become more to look forward to you, which allows people to view and they're looking forward to you. So I think the oversaturation, especially when it's genuine and it's not like really scripted, because even though we have a topic up here, we're not scripted. We talked about the topic and now we talking about the podcast.
Yeah.
So I think that's what a lot of people look for. They look for something that's not scripted.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people, they start off with, they're not scripted, and then they feel like they have to be more scripted.
Correct.
And that's what is the disconnect.
And so when it comes to us, I don't want to be that. So everyone on the whole panel, I love the fact that we are different as far as personalities. But we have, collection and a collective, thought process when it comes to certain topics. And I promote all the time, be yourself. Even when we first met and you first come on, I said, just be yourself. Say what you're going to say, be your fucking self.
Yeah.
I like that about everyone that's on the panel. So at home, when you see us, food with us, fuck with us.
Yeah.
We want to support. I've always been about supporting black people. I've been consistent in that. That has not changed.
Yeah. You have. I give you that. You have.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. But we're doing good. Just a quick transition, get back to the topic. So age gap dating.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, what do you think is a healthy age range if you want to have a gap?
So I think if a person is in their 50s.
Okay, 50. Man or woman?
Man or woman. I think it's okay like mid-30s, because at that point you have really tapped into, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as an adult, you are tapped into adult and you've matured. Okay. Because at 25, that's when your frontal cortex start working.
All right, science.
Right. So it's like at 25, that's when you start being able to use the rational side of your brain, and you should start being able to be emotionally intelligent. You should start working on yourself. Yeah. So like at 35, and this is just from my experience in life, and everybody's different because a lot of people don't get there at that point. But at 35, that's when you should be able to be in a relationship with somebody that's a little bit older, because even though if that person's 55 and you're 35, it's still a big gap. At that point, both of you are mentally adults. And I think that's the thing. It's not, we know she's 18 and she's an adult, but mentally, I think 35 is when, because you went through, now I know I'm an adult. Like, because when you're 18, I'm an adult, but it's still restrictions and you have regulations that you have to follow. Like at 18, you can't buy any tobacco products. You can't drink. Certain places, you can't go to a casino, which means you still have restrictions on, you're grown, but you still can't do certain things. At 21, you've only been an adult for a few years, which you're still trying to discover who you are. Because at 21, if you took the route at college, you're still in school.
Yes.
So, and you're still dependent on your parent. Like, unless you end up having kids early and having to grow up, technically, you're still dependent on your parent. Most of the time, 21-year-old, if they're following the path and don't have kids, their parents are probably still paying their cell phone and still providing them with finances. Okay, at 25, now you've been on your own for about 6 years. So now you should realize, wait, I am an adult. Okay, it's time to switch it up. At 30s, you realize, oh, I'm 30 years old. It's time to get serious about life. At 35, life should have sunk in and you should have some type of foundation. Which now that if somebody's 50, 40, somebody 40 to 50 come talk to you, you should be established in your life. Nobody has their life together. Established means you should have a foundation where you're working a job, you're paying your bills, you're being able to function as a functional adult in this society, because there's no blueprint on how to be an adult, but you should be able to function where you're doing the bare necessities to live. So now at 35, if you have a 40 or 50-year-old man talking to you, it shouldn't be, oh, let me see if he's going to take care of me. It should actually be about, if I like you and you like me. And 35, I think that's a good age to have this 50-year-old man talking to me, because I am an adult.
Yes.
I've done the work on myself to become a functional adult.
Yes.
Like, but if you're at 35 and still trying to figure out who you are, I don't think mentally you should want to be in a relationship with somebody who's 50, because if you don't know who you are about 35, not saying having your life together, because shit happens in life.
Yes.
Well, life throws you a curveball, but even when life throws you a curveball, you should still know who you are, because you can't control the curveballs life has. You can have a job and make it 6 figures and the company can go down.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you still don't know who you are.
Correct, correct.
So at 35, you should know who you are. So if a 50-year-old man comes to you, he shouldn't be able to get you because he can say, I can buy you this, I can buy you this, I can buy you that. That shouldn't be why you should be with him. It should be, how do you treat me? How do you make me feel? How consistent are you? It's not about the money, because just like you make money, I can make money. Yes. Just like if I'm on a downward spiral, you can be on a downward spiral. Money is temporary. But that foundation of how you treat me should be consistent.
Yes.
So at 35, I feel like you should have understand and figured out who you are, that if you decide to date a 50-year-old man, you're dating him because of how he treats you, not because of what he can give to you. Because, again, you do have 50-year-old, 40 and 50-year-old men that the first thing they start with is their money and what they can do.
Yeah, a lot of people do leave with their money.
And then you get mad when a woman decides, okay, that's what you're leading with. That's what I'm finna drain you of. But again, if you've worked on yourself, it's cool to have a man that is capable to be able to do things to make your life easy. But that shouldn't be the deciding factor on why I'm with you, because that's one of those things when I said that a man should want a woman that want him and not need him, because if you no longer can supply my need, I no longer want you. But if I wanted you because of who you were and who you portrayed and the person you are, who you really are, then wanting you will make me always need you.
There you go.
So yeah, he's trying to manipulate that little girl. And unfortunately, having grown kids, I'm learning when they get a certain age, we as parents, we can tell them what we see going on, but they don't listen. And her mother, unfortunately, because I'm in the seat right now, you have to learn that if you don't want to ruin your relationship with your kids, because they're going to come back around, you have to step back and let them do what the decision that they think is best for them. Now, if he becomes abusive or controlling or manipulative, yes, her mother needs to step in. But if he's genuine like her, because sometimes it can genuinely happen. Yeah. If he genuinely likes her, then her mother needs to let her go through there and realize that this man is too old for her and they have nothing in common.
Yeah, so it would be very challenging.
It's a slippery slope.
Well, because they're married for the most part, so there's a legally binding thing there. And yeah, you can get things annulled down like within a certain time frame. However,
Right. It's a slippery.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about becoming an adult. Like a lot of things, there's no right or wrong answer. It's gray area. Now some things are right and wrong. Like cut, throw the dry, black and white. But in this situation, it's really not a right or wrong because like it could be the fact that he genuinely met.
Yeah,
like,
but I still think that's. Well,
in my opinion, I feel like he groomed her.
Because I agree because it's back to the 63-year-old gentleman. I am very confident, and I'm not in Iowa. I don't know the population there, but I'm very confident that he could have found someone. There's at least 40 something.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody on the secretary board in that choir.
Somebody
could have said something to
he could have approached in the court the normal way. Show interest, take on dates, get to know each other.
But
I'm a man of faith.
Nothing to do with her. They had everything to do with him because of the fact he's a creeper, and you gotta call the spade.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
he's
it.
a creeper.
I was like, this is very.
Because I'm pretty sure you had Sister Agnes or Sister Jackie.
She said Agnes. That's an old name.
There you go. You had one of them that probably was older and probably didn't look their age. Let's face it, black don't crack. I'm gonna be 42. Black don't crack. I'm pretty sure it was a sister in there is wearing that holy sanctified dress and probably all her curves were curving.
Yeah.
Because again, we know women when they go to church they dress their best.
Yes.
They put on their Sunday's best. And this generation of 40 and 50-year-old women are not the generation 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna go to church cover up, but their dress is gonna hug every one of their curves and cover their arms and their shoulders and their knees.
And I'm pretty sure from a man of his particular cloth, there's a lot of counseling going on. So you spend time outside of the actual necessary like sermon, and you're available to get around the congregation of people and talk to people, and you can kind of get an understanding of who your population and your people.
So here's my thing.
Go ahead.
It's my first marriage. We got counseled by the pastor.
Which is a good way to go if the pastor is on some real.
What pastor counseled him? Because if he is a man of the cloth, before he got married, they were supposed to have marriage counselors.
So that's
under ordained ministers. So what minister?
So not knowing the inner works of that. So usually I would think, this is my conventional thinking, he would seek counsel with his constituents. There would be some kind of
But who thought that was a good idea?
No, I don't think it. Well, I don't.
But that's
know.
what I'm saying. As a man,
enablers.
As a man of the cloth, this is what I'm saying. That these are blind leading the blind. As a man of the cloth, if you took the religion on how you were supposed to take it, you should. If you were their counselor, you should have condemned them.
Even if I was like a deacon on the board, and I was like, because you're very close to the pastor. Counting the money.
The pastor, the deacon,
you're like, what
the assistant pastor.
Yeah, I'd be like, what are we doing? I'd be like brother, such or how they.
But as the pastor of that church,
oh man,
and if the Lord is with you,
man,
and if you have the discerning spirit, that 18-year-old should have never been appealing to you.
None. I just don't. I can't even give him. No,
again, if she was 25, I could let this slide.
Yeah, there you go. But
18, you watch this child in children's church. You watch this child do her Easter sermon.
There's a good chance he probably even at the graduation.
You gave her a graduation gift to church. Something. So it's like you have to look at all because again, I used to when I decided to go to church, I picked my church because I had never seen a church that said "Come as you are."
Yeah.
And the pastor actually meant it. Like, when I started church, I didn't really understand about how to dress, and my pastor never made me feel bad. He accepted me as coming as I am, and as I grew, I learned that certain things were not appropriate for church.
Yeah.
So it's like, you watch this girl do her Easter program, her Mother's Day program.
Probably usher boy. She's probably passing out fans.
Thank you.
Showing people they see.
She probably sung in the children's choir.
When they do the little offering, she probably told them get these seats and follow the ushers. They feeling.
So it's like again, I think when somebody that's over 30 find interest in an 18-year-old.
Yeah, it's problem.
And you knew that 18-year-old prior. See, that's why I say there's no right or wrong. If you knew that 18-year-old prior to she turned 18, and you are over 30, you are at your 20s.
Yes.
I feel like you have watched that person. You waited till that person got to the legal age where you will not get in trouble.
It's a problem. It's disgusting.
It's an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an issue because at 30, you have nothing in common with an 18-year-old. You were born before that child was born.
Even so, my oldest is 19, and like, you know, I couldn't imagine if I was on the market, even, you know, because I have, so for example, I have also relatives that are young cousins that are just graduating, or
right.
They're just freshly grown. I speak, we show each other love, but when they start talking, it's not even fruitful and nourishing, because we're different generations.
Exactly.
Y'all do y'all thing, y'all don't even know life yet.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
Like my oldest is fin to be 24.
Yeah.
Next month on the 9th. My next oldest just turned 22 yesterday. There's no, being that I have a almost 24-year-old, there's nothing I have in common with. Because in my mind is, even though you're an adult,
correct,
I have a kid your age.
Correct.
I watched this kid grow up. No, I'm not your mother, but kids pretty much follow the same path, like their foundation is the same. I have nothing in common. What am I gonna say? Did you grow up watching Rugrats? Like, we have nothing in common to say that we can be in a relationship. I don't care how mature you say you are. I have a child your age.
I couldn't even imagine sitting down with 18 at a dinner table. Like, what the fuck are we discussing?
What are we discussing? Like, we don't even understand the same music. And like, for me, music is a big thing. Yeah. We don't even understand the same music. Our work ethic is not even the same.
Yeah, I couldn't even, because what can we talk about?
Like, I'm 42 and my work ethic is if a job is treating me right, I'm going to go hard for that job. Yeah. This generation, it doesn't matter if a job treats them right. The minute the job tells them they're doing something wrong, they get in their feelings and they don't want to do it anymore.
Quit, don't show up.
They don't understand that if you doing your shit and your job saying you fucking up, that's what your job is supposed to do, to tell you, hey, you need to, but they get in their feelings.
No respect for authority.
No respect for authority. Well, you get mad because if the job says something is supposed to be done a certain way, and you think this is gonna make the job easier, but you get rolled up because you didn't follow the rules. You think, it doesn't matter what you think. They have rules in place to see if what they're trying to do work, and you don't understand.
Right. Slim just checked in. What's up,
hey,
Slim?
Hey,
she said, hey, gang. Hey, it's two of us, but hey,
we're still gang. I don't know what you talking about.
Gang.
Shit,
so she said 63-year-old and 28-year-old is wild. Well, she missed 18, so yes, that is definitely wild. So if you have not seen that clip, it's in the text thread. Watch the clip. But Slim, like we're in agreement that that's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Even if the pastor was a woman,
that's bad too.
That's bad too, because I feel like as a parent, how would you feel if somebody was talking to your 18, if somebody that's older than you was talking to your 18-year-old, like what? Because
even that dynamic you just spoke to, let's say the woman the roles are reversed, it was 63-year-old woman, an 18-year-old young man. The expectation for this man to be a man in the household is unrealistic. He has no idea how to lead properly.
None.
I mean, he can take out the goddamn trash.
No.
He can mow the fucking grass, but as far as the leadership protections,
nothing.
He doesn't even have the skills yet
to
do that.
I feel that way even when it comes to 18-year-olds getting married. And I wanna touch on that because I feel like how do you know you're ready to be married?
You want to talk about it right now or you want to talk about it later today? Because we can reset here shortly.
Okay, let's reset. Let's reset talking about 18-year-olds getting married.
So I'm going to read your comment here shortly when we get back from break. We're going to reset real quick, Slim. Because even when I was 18, I'm going to hold my comment.
We're going to
right back. Come on, I'm
make sure. These messages.
Right back again. I'm going to make sure we have enough battery, enough time. Because that's going to be a good time. Sorry for all the noise for people watching home.
Because we're real. Y'all catch us in the raw and
uncut. We just be...
Every Sunday is raw and uncut with us. That's what's making us so great.
Yeah. So we're back. So real quick, Slim was saying, same thing I said, disgusting that like me, watching my son's friends grow up and start dating, she couldn't do it. Not seriously, that's what we just spoke to. There's no way in hell I can sit here in the household raising my child, daughters or sons, their friends, in this case, my daughter's female friends coming through, they graduate, and let's say daddy's single now. I couldn't imagine seeing this young lady that used to be in my house, spend the night, the extra blankets.
Just because her body was like
man, I couldn't do it. I would feel disgusted. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Like, it's okay with saying you have grown into a beautiful young lady.
Yeah, I mean,
like you have grown. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying.
Even then, you gotta be like really.
But that's why I said
delicate.
That's why I said you've grown into a beautiful young lady and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because again, there's nothing wrong with telling a kid that you watch growing up. You grown into a beautiful young lady, or you grown into a handsome young man.
You look. You take
care of yourself. I'm proud of you. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. So what happens is when you that's why I say it's a slippery slope.
Back to, earlier you were talking 18. So yes,
I think there's an issue when 18-year-olds get married for the simple fact from birth until 18 they have been told what to do. Guidance
for sure, leadership, all
guidance. And just
because through the processes.
Thank you. Yes. And just because you're 18 does not mean you know nothing. A lot of times, a lot of 18-year-olds don't even know how to make a doctor's appointment. So you're gonna tell me that you don't know how to make a doctor's appointment. You don't even know what you're supposed to do when it comes to getting your oil changed in your car. You don't even know that you're supposed to check the fluids in your car. So you're gonna tell me you know how to be a husband or a wife?
No. And then if whoever watches this, if you're of the same age, if you're in the age of say 17 to let's say 19, you're watching this or whatever you're watching this, and you're involved in high school and y'all graduate together and y'all go to the same college, and there's a general interest in one another because you don't even understand love at that time either. I would recommend.
I'm not going to say they don't understand love. I'm not even going to say that because that will
entirely. I say love entirely.
No, I'm not even going to say it because even at our age we never truly understand love because loving somebody. It's supposed to mean that you don't change them and you love them for who they are.
Unconditionally.
So I'm not even going to say they don't understand love.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the fact that they have never had to do anything for themselves. The most they can do for themselves is know how to eat. They don't really know how to do anything for themselves, but the world has conditioned them when they turn 18. I'm grown.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got to listen to nobody no more. But when you're grown, you know you never stop listening.
No, there's always going to be a boss in some.
It's always going to be somebody that knows.
There's always hierarchy.
Yeah.
So I would say then, when that takes place, let's say, like I said, the example given, you have, this is where the church is supposed to be very beneficial. There's the youth ministry, then you go to, singles ministry. And hopefully they can provide counseling and an understanding further of the duty we spoke about in the previous ladies' lounge, and also hold their hand to the degree where they can understand. Okay, if y'all gonna make this a thing, there's steps that should be taken through, like say, counseling, therapy, because you hope that they're married before they carry, because they're more likely having sex. That's given. So you want to make sure they have the right tools necessary to move forward. But
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Go ahead.
I think what people are getting misconstrued, where people be like, get married before you have a baby. People are not being real. It's not about the fact of getting married that's the way it's supposed to go. People don't understand this. The whole purpose of getting married and having this relationship before you have kids is not because that's how it's supposed to go, because you're supposed to enjoy your partner and get to just be you and them. Mm-hmm. Because once kids come along,
yes,
there's no you and that person anymore. Both of you guys are never first in each other's life until that kid turn 18.
Yeah.
So I think when people start being realistic and stop saying, well, the Bible said no. If you love this person, both of you guys should be so selfish for at least about 5 or 6 years where you don't want any kids. So all y'all can do is to get to enjoy each other, because a lot of people, that's what happens. A lot of people have kids and they don't ever get to enjoy their partner. And then when they have one, they end up having another one. So you don't even really get to know your partner. So the whole importance of never having kids before you get married, I think people have missed the message. It's not about what the Bible says, it's about you getting to know the person because in the Bible, people got married and they got pregnant right off done. Yeah. It was no.
That's how you perceive the marriage.
Right. It was no. You got married because these people wanted to have sex, and you know you're not gonna have sex before you get. It never was the issue of get married, get to know each other and learn each other. And once y'all have learned each other, y'all have enjoyed each other, and you have realized that we have been with each other so much. Now we're ready to bring a person into it, because we've had 5, 6, 7 years of just us. We went on vacation, because the thing is, you're supposed to enjoy your life before you have kids, because that's why you have a lot of people that resent their kids. That's why you have a lot of mothers, if they had kids early, when they get a certain age, they tend to be like, fuck them kids. And people think they're wrong, because mothers are not supposed to have a life. And you have most mothers who take care of their kids, they shut down everything for their kids. Again, I am a teen mother. I had my first kid when I was 16. I didn't start having a life until I was in my mid-30s. As my kids got older and I was able to go places where I can leave my kids. And that's not how it's supposed to do. So it ain't about following the Bible. It's about if for 18 years you've been told what to do, and if before you turn 18, if you have a baby, or even when you turn 18, 19, you have a baby, what life did you have that you didn't have to listen to your parents 24/7?
Correct.
So now it's like, the little time you had that you didn't have to listen to your parent, now you really have to go into adulthood like your parents. When adulthood is supposed to be from 18 to about 25, you are literally supposed to be able to fuck up. But if you have a kid, you can't fuck up because you have somebody depending on you. And some people are lucky enough to have their parents that help them. But when you have parents that don't let you be a parent to your kid, a lot of people don't learn their lesson. They don't learn their lesson, and hence that's why you end up with some people, because their life been made easier, they continue to have kids because they didn't understand that kids are a lot.
And Slim was just saying what you said earlier in the first segment, I believe, about the frontal lobe not fully developed until 25. So she kind of just basically echoed what you spoke to earlier. But she was saying she's probably looking at benefits, I guess the dynamic in regards to, I guess the lady being older and the young man, or vice versa. Someone looks for benefits dating someone who's older. But they come up on the comment that they will say.
But see, it's a lot of layers, because a lot of times, and I'm a transparent person. A lot of time when girls have kids early, it's because they don't feel love at home. And unfortunately, we as women, we think having a kid will give us unconditional love. And don't get me wrong, having kids give you unconditional love, but that's when the cycle starts, when you look for something that a kid was never supposed to give you. A kid is not supposed to give you unconditional love. You are supposed to give your kid unconditional love. But if you have never experienced unconditional love, because maybe your mother had you young, she didn't know what she was doing, and her mother had her young, that's a cycle. So it's like you're having kids to get what you never had. And then it's like when you have us having kids, and you have no shades to fathers, because there are some good fathers out here, but when you have men that their love for their kids based on how they feel about their woman, then when they no longer like that woman, they don't like their kids, and then now we're stuck to raise a kid that we thought that you loved us, and we thought that we were going to do this together, because a lot of times women will be okay with not being with that man if that man just co-parent. And a lot of men don't want to co-parent if they can't be with that woman. So it's a lot to uncover in this, and it's a lot of things that has to be broken. But unfortunately, the way the world works and the way people's brain works, until people come back to accountability, until people come back to accountability and understanding they have to own up to their actions and stand in their truth. This is a cycle that will not break. It might thin out, but just like bad news travel quicker than good news, we will never really truly know the people who are working on themselves and becoming better parents. Because when parents are bad, that shit outweigh every good parent. So anytime you have a good parent, and I know we all off the subject, but all this ties into each other. Anytime you have good parents, and the minute a kid is a entitled kid, and they say their parent doesn't love them for this or they do this, we automatically assume their kid is right, because you have so many bad parents out here that dog their kids out. So it is easier to believe that a good parent is just like a bad parent, because why would you feel that way if your parent ain't bad? I know we all off the subject, y'all.
No, you good.
This is a good one today.
But so to circle back, so Mo, if Mo's available to wherever Mo's availability is, a young man, 30, approaches you the right way, because he don't know how old you are. He just see you as attractive. He comes up, y'all in the same vicinity, as far as it could be a festival, it could be a charitable organization that got something they throwing a banquet or some shit. Comes to you right away. You find out, you may not know each other's age currently in that moment, because y'all just kind of speaking. Y'all may exchange numbers. Date number 1. He tells you his age.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
What would you do? Would you just enjoy the meal? I appreciate it, young man. This is fun. However,
I think I would enjoy the meal, and I wouldn't let it go any farther, because of the fact, no matter how it seems, you have your life together. And you can have your life together.
Yes.
What if this 30-year-old man doesn't have any kids?
So those things will be discussed on open day one.
No, but I'm like, seriously.
You're right, because he's going to want
What if
some.
he doesn't have any kids? I am 42. Not only do I not want any more kids, I can't have any more kids.
Correct. So you can't get what he was looking for.
And there's no way I would untie my tubes just to give you a child, because in my experience with life, I've given men kids.
Yes.
Because I thought that this was it. And in my mind, what if I do go through all this and I give you a kid and I end up another single mother? For one, I would never want to have another kid because my mother is not here. I would never want to tell my child about their grandmother where they don't have any memories of their grandmother. So if you wanting a kid, and that is something that should be a deal breaker for that person. I know I am an awesome person, and I am I lost the current word. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I will upgrade your life.
Yeah.
But
if
you don't have any kids.
So scratch that then. Let's say the young man is 35 now.
Okay, 35.
He has a child. Now he's shown you proof that him and the mother of the child they're not together.
I can do 35. I can do that 30.
And that's not going to impede on y'all that shit, because he has it under control. He may get his child every other week, whatever.
I hope he would, because I would never talk to a man that doesn't have a relationship with his kid.
Yeah.
If I can make you have a relationship with your kid, that's a problem.
Gotcha.
There's a problem and a disconnect, because that's where my age come in. I have never stopped. If my kid's father don't have a relationship, it has nothing to do with me. So if I have to make you have a relationship with your kids, that means your relationship with your child is conditional on.
So 35, that's a...
I can do 35.
That's a 10, so 9-10-year window is fine.
I'm 30, I'm 42. That's good enough for me. Like 33 is my limit, and it's kind of like, but I was like, I can do 33, because even though I know I'm gonna be 42, I don't have the mindset of a 42. Not saying I'm not mature, but I'm not stuck in my way.
Also, there's another curveball to you.
Come on, throw me a curveball.
Now, to the other side, a 56, 60-year-old man, like what he see.
With me and my age I am now?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, because of the fact of I'm 42, because I know I think the only way it wouldn't work if he would act like a 6. How old you said?
56, 66.
If he would act like a 56-year-old man and not have any life in him, I think that would be the deal breaker, because I am full of energy and I'm okay with if you're 56. But if you don't ever want to do anything,
like, oh, not tonight,
you don't
baby.
ever want to go anywhere,
No,
like we have nothing in common, because I know this thing can be easily fixed if you have some type of active life. Like we don't have to always do something, but I like doing things. I like going to events, and you want to be in the bed at 8 o'clock. What is we doing? We don't have anything.
Well, you say well, it's Wednesday. No, I'm a little tired today. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to bed every night at 8 o'clock, but it is Wednesday.
And I understand
that,
but like if it's something I want to do, I'm not going to spring it on you last minute, because as an adult, I know springing things on I'm going to let you know in advance, so I'll be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Now, will I not go do what I want to do just because you want to go sleep? No, I'm still going to go do it. I would like to do it with you, but because my life is not revolved around who I'm with, if you say you don't want to go, that's fine, but that lets me know we can't have an active life. And I know the one thing about getting old, what keeps you young, is not being in the club, but having a life outside of just working.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to every night. We don't have to go anywhere. But if that's something, event that's classy that causes us to dress up, why can't we go? I'm not saying let's go to Sipples. I'm not saying let's go to Twa. I'm saying, hey, it's a classy event where we dress up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Why can't we go? Okay. If I told you the month in advance.
Yeah.
Why can't we go?
We both put it on our calendars.
Why can't we go?
Yeah, I got you.
Because I'm going to go with or without you.
Got you. I'm assuming, well, I can't assume. If the man's, he's 60, he wants a wife. Mm-hmm. Things are going well. Mm-hmm. Proposal, obviously, you say yes. I'm assuming, then, of course, you'd be willing to, let's say he say, babe, why don't you move in with me? He's showing you that he can take care of business.
I enjoy being a wife.
You gonna go and make the transition?
Sir, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Let's both go and move in.
Yes.
Become the queen of the house.
Yes.
Chill out. Say less. Still do your things through there.
I want a man that's gonna make me where I don't have to be independent. Cause I fucking hate being independent. Am I independent as fuck?
Yeah.
Do I like it? No. But will I stop doing it? No, not until a man has taken me out the area where I don't have to be independent. Because I've had that before. I know what it is for a man to make me not be independent. I know exactly what that is. I know my role as a wife, and as traditional as it is. Mm-hmm. I don't mind doing the traditional. I don't mind doing the cooking and the cleaning and the making sure the kids are
okay. Bring that back.
And I don't mind doing it, but again, what I require is what I can give, but you have to be the man that if I check off all the boxes that you're looking for in a woman, are you the man that I am okay with checking off them boxes? Because I am a good woman not because of that man. I'm a good woman because of me. Just like you're going to reap the benefits that when you touch me, I'm soft. You're going to reap the benefit that I take the time to put in work with myself, and this has nothing to do with a man. This has everything to do with me. So that's the thing about being a good woman or a man. What you do is not for that person. It is for that person to reap the benefits, because if I'm only doing it for you, then eventually you're going to see through what I'm doing. Yes. But if I take the time to have self-care for myself, then you would see that, oh, she's a delicate woman. Oh, she's like, and I know it doesn't seem like much, but you know how many times you can run up on somebody and their body's rough.
Yeah.
People don't think how important lotion is to make their body soft.
Correct. People
don't think how important it is to take the time to do a face regimen. People don't, they don't think that because people are so busy, but those are the things, like when people be talking about women are being, those are feminine things.
No, for real.
Taking the time to make sure, even if you didn't go get your nails, just taking the time to make sure your feet are not rough. Mm-hmm. Those are a feminine thing, and it shouldn't be done just because you have a man. That something should be embedded in your DNA because you are a woman, and as a caliber of a woman, that should be something you should want when you're laying in bed by yourself and you touch yourself. You're like, oh, my skin is so soft. Yeah. Not I'm making my skin soft for a man. I'm making my skin soft because as I get older, the skin tends to get rough. Yeah. And if I don't work on it when my skin is still soft, trying to catch up after I'm all crusty and skin, it's gonna be hard. Yeah. It's gonna be hard. So it's like I'm a caliber of woman I am and know how to treat a man, not because of a man. It's because what I require is what I can give.
Gotcha.
And if I require you to be a type of man that is considerate and pays attention to my needs, I am a woman that I am considerate and can pay attention to a man's needs. And looking for whoever that man is, he gets to reap the benefits that I worked on me to be what he's looking for, and didn't even know that I was being what he's looking for.
So there you go, gents. So any final thoughts on this particular subject in this particular situation?
That preacher was wrong, and I feel like as his congregation, they should, I'm gonna say, dethrone him, because he is not the type of person that you should want to lead you. Because if this man was a man of God, that would not even happen. Because first of all, I understand we have young preachers, and sometimes young preachers are not married. I get that. But at the age he is, where is his wife? And maybe she passed away. I'm going to say she passed away. But out of all the people in the church, you didn't see another lady that was a God-fearing woman that you were like, this is who I want to spend the rest of my life. You seen a girl that's probably still questioning her religion, probably questioning her sexuality.
Yeah.
You thought that would make a perfect first lady again.
That's another thing. Yeah,
we didn't even talk about that. She is the first lady of the church.
Yeah.
Now, the first lady is supposed to be the right-hand man of the man that is leading you through God. Like, this man is supposed to sit down and have a conversation with God, and God is supposed to give him a message to give to you every Sunday, every Wednesday.
And also, the men of the church look up to the first lady as a example.
So I am 42 years old.
Yeah, you're not sitting there looking at the
what can this 18-year-old girl tell me about God? And don't get me wrong, I know God uses he don't use perfect people. He has shown us throughout the Bible, Moses, Noah, goddamn Saul, Daniel. He has shown us time and time again he does not use perfect people. Yeah. The only person of a young age he has ever used to give a message was Jesus.
Yeah.
Everybody else was old.
Yeah.
Like whatever the biblical years is, they were old. Jesus was the only person from birth up until he was crucified that he has used as an example. He has never used any other baby as an example of how life is supposed to be. So if God himself has only used his own son as an example from birth up until that man was crucified in his 30s, and everybody else was hundreds and hundreds of years old, what can an 18-year-old teach me about the word of God if just by being a first lady of a church for a man that's old enough to be possibly her great-granddaddy? Now, if God used her and she was not his wife, that's fine. But as a first lady, her job is to rear up the other women in church. She don't even know how to be a lady herself.
What a big pressure she has on her.
What a weight on her shoulder. Like, I know women carry the weight on her shoulder, but that's an unnecessary weight on her shoulder.
They pull that weight in their hips.
That's an unnecessary weight on her shoulder.
For the men.
So no, I think he was wrong.
Disgusting.
And I think she was manipulated. And he probably used, and I'm pretty sure it was probably a big church, he got her through her money, because this generation see money, not love. They equate love with money and finances.
So there you have it, guys. He fucked up, disgusting. But hey, let God be with them, hopefully.
Hopefully that little girl's eyes open up and realize that that is not who's for her.
Yep. Where can they find you?
Yes, because I mean, honestly, I know men can have kids till they're old, but that's you being selfish. What if she want kids? Yeah. So that means if for some reason she get pregnant, her kid daddy, you're probably gonna die before the kid get old.
There's a good chance he may not be around for that graduation.
He might not be around for a kindergarten graduation.
Ooh, say less. So where can they find Mo? They want to find Mo.
It's your girl Mo. You guys can find me on TikTok at MoSo82. Please follow me there. I'm very interesting and funny. You guys can follow me on Instagram at MoSo_82. And also, if you just want my personal page, you can follow me on Facebook at Monica L. Houston. I've never told you guys that, but why not? I'm transparent.
Okay.
And if you guys are looking to be locked and loaded, because what I do is what I do best, you can find me on Facebook on my business page at Locks Dressing Things LLC, where I'm also proud to make your nappy also happy. Get locked with me.
And with stupid shit, I fucked it. But anyway, Cloud said the 38K the Phoenix. Hey, subscribe to the channel here. Find me on, of course, YouTube for the same full name, Clyde Wendell Slater III. Go watch all my independent short films. I got some great information here recently.
I'm gonna be in Clarity too.
Yeah, she definitely.
I'm gonna be the man with the female character. I'm not gonna let him live that down.
The Devil's Lobby had an update yesterday as of this recording. It's looking to be about 40 minutes. So
ooh.
That's what I was told.
Ooh, so y'all started recording it?
No, we already recorded.
Really?
That was last year. We recorded last year. Just that he's editing and life. He's busy. Shout out to, of course,
ooh, this is going to be interesting.
But the Devil's Lobby is going to be about probably 40 minutes, you said.
Awesome.
So, hey, look, stay tuned. Subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Be out of here. Goodbye.
Peace.
Real quick, and get this going, get this off, and then we're going to...
Bye, Slim. I love you.
Yeah, thanks, Slim, for joining the channel.